Problem 9-34 on page F387 is a multiple-step income statement. The problem provides all the data necessary to complete this income statement. The problem also calls for us to use the expanded multi-step format presented in this chapter. It's found on page F363. Looking at the format on your screen, we can go right down the list of data in the book. The sales of $575,000 go next to the sales title, followed by the costs of goods sold of $372,500, leaving a gross profit on sales of $202,500. The book lists operating expenses of $121,500, which is actually a summation of all the various operating expense components that we've looked at in other places in the book. By subtracting the $121,500 from the $202,500, the company has an operating income of $81,000. Next, the interest expense of $16,000 is subtracted, leaving the income from continuing operations before taxes of $65,000. Using that $65,000, the last data point on the list in the book indicates that the income tax rate is 30% on all items. Into this next cell, we can put a formula that multiplies $65,000 times 30%, or the cell above times 0.3. Subtracting that leaves income from continuing operations of $40,500. This is all procedures that we've covered in prior chapters. We now start to look at extraordinary items on the income statement. Since these are not things that will happen year after year after year, they don't go in the continuing operations section, but belong below the income from continuing operations. The first is a gain from sale of land, and the number that actually winds up on the form is to be net of any income tax effect. As you can see, it is proper to actually list what the income tax effect is in the description for that line item. The sale of land was $50,000, and 30% of $50,000 is $15,000, leaving $35,000 to actually go on the schedule. The last thing to cover is the cumulative effect of a change in accounting practice. Once again, this has to be net of any income tax effect. The net decrease for the company was $8,000 from this change. 30% of $80,000 is $24,000, as you see noted in the description. That $56,000 goes on the form and leaves a net income for the company of $24,500. In some of the problems, the extraordinary items might include multiple line items in the problem data. For the sake of proper presentation, all line items for any single extraordinary item need to be netted down to one number on the form.